While deciding what topic to talk about, I found it difficult to choose between race, gender, or class inequality because I see them all being intertwined and affecting one another. I also think location is just as important as a person could have a far different experience depending on where they live and grew up. Being born and raised in Southern California, I was surrounded by people who were the same ethnicity as me, and therefore I never really felt out of place. Even though I was surrounded by a culture that was very big on machismo, the women in my family have raised me to break the standards I was expected to follow. Ever since I can remember, my family always told me I would be the first one in my family to go to college, and it was never a question whether I was going or not. I did not have any guidance from my family when it came to applying to college, as I am a first generation. Because many other students in my high school were also Latinos and were going to be first generation college students, my school gave us many resources and helped us through the process of applying to college. My school created an SAT prep for us, as many of the students could not afford to actually take a prep course. Many other students across the country had the money and resources to pay for private tutors. This was frightening to me, as I realized I was not only competing against my classmates who had a similar background as me, but also competing against students across the country and the world who were far more privileged than me. Growing up, my family made sure my siblings and I never had to worry about money and provided us with everything we needed. For this reason, I was pretty surprised when I was forced to make the difficult decision on which college I was going to attend based on how much financial aid each school was giving me rather than which school I knew was right for me. I was ecstatic when I was first accepted to my first choice college, but was quickly disappointed when I realized there was absolutely no way I would be able to afford the tuition. Upon doing research, I discovered that the majority of the student body is white and have parents who can actually afford to pay the full tuition. I desperately wanted to have the full college experience and attend a college out of state and dorm. However, my dad did not want to help pay for my education if I did because he was worried I would eventually get pregnant and drop out of college. This hurt me as I have always tried to break out of the stereotypes of the women in my culture and not follow in their footsteps. Since I am the oldest out of my siblings and am a woman, my parents were also worried about me going so far away and not knowing if I was safe. Although my mother was not too thrilled about me wanting to leave for college, she was supportive of what I wanted to do. I felt like a failure because I was still stuck at home while all my other friends had the privilege of going away from home for college. I often wonder how different my life would be if I had gone to the college I wanted to go to. Although I am glad I still have the opportunity to go to college, it was devastating that I was not able to go to the college I wanted to go to because I could not afford it. However, I do not want this to affect my education. I want to make the best out of my time in college. I am more than determined to be the first one in my family to graduate college and set a good example for my siblings.